Proper sleep is vital for our overall well-being. Social media has become such a large part of our lives, and many people are scrolling through the different platforms very late at night without completely realizing how it is negatively impacting their sleep. Using social media, especially before bedtime, negatively affects our sleep patterns, but implementing specific strategies can help to reduce these effects and improve sleep quality. As an avid social media user, I have experienced the effects firsthand, but after reading multiple sources to prepare myself for this speech, I have a more in-depth understanding of the topic. In this speech, I will go over the rise of social media dependency and how social media disrupts sleep patterns and strategies to help improve sleep quality. Let's begin with understanding how social media has become something we rely on, especially at night. The rise of social media dependency. The rise of social media began in the early 2000s with the use of MySpace by millions of users worldwide. But there are now other social media platforms that have dominated the market. Ortiz Ospin in 2019, though there are a variety of age groups using social media, the popularity of different platforms varies by age. As of April 2024, about 5 billion people around the world are actively using social media. In 2024, the average social media user spends at least 2.5 hours using social media platforms. Kemp 2024. Night usage. Doom scrolling is a concept describing how social media users can scroll on their feeds for hours on end due to the addictive design of social media. With this, our eyes are constantly moving and our brain is not getting the wind down for bed. Social media platforms have become very advanced, and personalization can lead to an extended usage by the platform users. The frequent notifications also encourage users to continue checking their phones and various social media apps. Late into the night, which disrupts our sleep. Being able to understand how this became a problem allows us to realize how to better address the issue. Now, let's go over some of the ways social media disrupts sleep. Blue light. Blue light exposure is a primary concern when using social media, especially at night. The device used to scroll on social media, such as phones or iPads, emit blue light. Blue light has the highest energy and can be absorbed from our device by our eyes. It can interfere with melatonin produce. This is important as hormone melatonin serves to regulate the circadian rhythm. Without it, there is a shorter sleep duration and lower quality of sleep. Imagine how many people scroll through social media on their phones every night and high levels of blue light exposure. Cognitive stimulation. The cognitive stimulation that comes with looking at social media context can negatively impact or worsen sleep problems. When using social media at night, it keeps our brains alert and active when we should be winding down for sleep instead of processing more information. Social media users also tend to keep their cell phones within reach at night and often wake up during their sleep lateness periods to answer or look at notification. The stimulation from using social media delays our sleep onset and disrupts sleep patterns. Sleep deprivation is one consequence of excessive social media use and cognitive stimulation late at night when you should be resting. It also makes it harder to manage negative emotions because it impairs cognitive function and emotional regulation. It is important to try and find strategies to combat the negative sleep disrupts from social media usage and improve sleep quality. Creating a positive sleeping environment. It is important to set a good and constant routine prior to going to bed, which can be done by simply setting a time when you want to begin preparing to sleep. Daily regulate to sleep timing will help signal the body that it's time to start getting ready to sleep and wind down. Another way to create a positive environment is to make sure your room is dark and quiet. This is important because you decrease the risk of eye strain, especially from artificial light. Maintain regulation of metabolism and prevent loud noise disturbances. Set boundaries for social media use to improve sleep patterns that can include using screen time limits and turning off volumes and vibrations, which help with avoiding excessive social media use that might negatively impact sleeping patterns. This will help to limit opportunities of doom scrolling. Considering using apps or settings that will minimize blue light emissions or have decreased levels of cognitive stimulation to maintain a natural melatonin level. There are even features of certain phones to reduce blue light exposure and minimize interruptions such as night mode or do not disturb. Implementing these strategies will help to lead to improvements in sleep patterns and overall sleep quality. Today, we went over the rise of social media dependency, how social media is disruptive to a person's sleep through the increase in exposure to blue light and cognitive stimulation, the strategies to improve these sleep patterns. Being able to fully understand the negative impact of social media dependency on sleep will allow others to make better decisions regarding their sleeping habits and patterns. Remember that next time you are scrolling on TikTok late at night, that being more disciplined at night with your social media usage can lead to a good night's sleep.